keto, paleo, low-fat, Mediterranean, food combining, high-protein diets, vegetarian diets. I don't know about you, but it seems everywhere I look, there's another fad diet claiming you're gonna lose X amount of pounds in Y amount of weeks. Do they actually do what they say they're gonna do? In the next few minutes, I'm gonna break down what exactly is a fad diet, if they really do exist. What are some of the things that you should look out for and be sure to avoid no matter what you do. And you'll want to make sure to stick around until the end of the video, where I'm going to break down, in my opinion, in my experience, what actually makes a diet work, not temporarily, but work long term, and the two most important keys to success when it comes to getting lean and losing weight for good. All right, so really quick, guys, before we actually do get into the video, please do me two quick favors. If you want to lose body fat and add lean muscle at the same time, if you could smash the like button, because it does help the channel out a little bit, and consider subscribing to the channel if you want to be updated when it comes to the latest strategies and tactics for accelerating fat loss and building muscle. If you're someone who's very busy and you don't have a ton of time to be devoting to meal prepping and spending hours in the gym, and you just want some quick and convenient tips and tricks. So what is a fad diet? And there's no single definition of a fad diet, but a fad diet, according to Wikipedia, a fad diet is a diet that becomes popular for a short period of time, similar to fads and trends in fashion, without being a standard dietary recommendation, and often making unreasonable claims for fat loss or health improvements. And to me, this definition doesn't accurately define fad diet, because there are a lot of fad diets out there that have been out there for a while now, not just for a short period of time. I mean, we don't even have to call it a fad diet for what we're talking about, because again, this could mean many different things to many different people. Like the phrase fad diet is essentially a relative phrase. And to be honest, I don't really think fad diets exist unless we're talking about liquid diets or diet pills. Then yes, those are terrible diets, terrible fad diets. But if whatever we're talking about in terms of diet works for someone long term, then it really can't be considered a fad diet. And so we need to not be too worried about the fad part, and to start really paying attention to the wasting our money and time part. And so in the next few minutes, that's what I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to point out things to avoid, and then at the end, show you, in my opinion, my experience, what does work long term, or at least has worked for me and continues to work for me. What I want to talk about in this video are diets that make false claims and generalized claims, right? And so we're all different inside, just like we're all different on the outside, just like you and I look different. It's called bioindividuality. And because of this, we all have essentially different metabolic types or metabolisms that have their own unique needs and dietary requirements. This is why someone who can do the keto diet and eat super strict with very low carb, but find it much harder to lose weight than, say, someone else who does better with low carb. If your body does better with 40 to 50% of your calories coming from carbs, then it's no wonder why you feel terrible doing keto and you're not getting results. It's like filling a car up that takes diesel fuel with gasoline and expecting it to run well. And so how can anyone diet out there claim that it can help you lose weight with a specific approach if they don't know anything about you? It doesn't make much sense. And so some of the things that you want to look out for when trying to lose weight, and you're looking around, or you're researching the best way to go about actually making this happen for good, is one, if you see anything that says this diet or this program works for everyone, or it doesn't matter who you are, if you do our program, you're going to lose weight. Now, like we just talked about, no one diet could possibly work for everyone if we're all different. And so at that point, with claims like that, you should start to think about the word trust. Do you really trust someone who says that they can help you with your problems, even though they've never said a word to you or know nothing about you other than your name, your address, and your credit card information? I don't know about you, but I definitely don't. And so number two, the second thing to look out for, rapid weight loss. Anything that screams lose X pounds in Y weeks, you know what I'm talking about here, claims that are just too good to be true. How do they know how much you could lose? How do they know what the problem is? Is it a simple, calorie balance issue that you have, or is it perhaps a hormonal issue that's, you have an imbalance that's probably not going to respond very well to a quick fix diet. And anyways, when it comes to losing weight, if you need to lose 50 pounds, for example, the first 10 pounds are a lot easier than the last 10 pounds. So even if it is a problem that can be solved through diet alone, the rate and total amount of weight that you're going to lose within a given period of time is largely dependent upon how much weight that you need to lose to begin with. And before I forget, the only one in control here is you. Your weight loss success is dependent upon your ability and willingness to do the work. So how can any program or diet or coach guarantee success if they can't force you to do anything? Number 3, the third thing to look out for is when you see things where the focus is completely on the result, not the process. And the process here is what leads to sustainability. And obviously results are important. That's what we want, but programs or diets that are so focused and all they talk about are results usually take a quick fix approach. Those results are almost always temporary because the approach they're using is just not sustainable. Right? Number 4, anything that is very polarized. And so low carb, low fat, keto, or doing only juices or only smoothies or very specific weight loss menus or plans, these are just not sustainable or realistic. When you finish the diet, if you haven't learned how to eat other foods, how do you plan on incorporating everything back into your diet? I mean, this is where a lot of people fail and end up gaining the weight back. And another polarized thing to look out for is stuff that is very low calorie, which again, is just not realistic or sustainable. And then one more thing to look out for when it comes to polarity is diets that blame certain things on one specific reason why people can't lose weight. An example of this is, your hormones are out of whack. That's why you can't lose weight. Just take the supplement or this juice and you'll be back to normal in no time, leaner than ever. And this ties back to, well, how does one know your hormones are out of whack if they know nothing about you? All right. Number 5, diets that have rigid rules, like you got to purchase their weight loss foods or their meal prep service to lose weight and be successful. And this, again, is just not sustainable because what happens when you get sick of their foods and you can no longer continue with that, or you can't afford their meal prep service anymore? The other thing with this is that they also usually care more about your money and getting you to lose weight while on the program, but that's about it. They don't really care about you when the weight comes back and you're done. Number 6, anything that is really focused on using any type of diet aids. Take these pills or these different dietary supplements to suppress your appetite, ephedrine, caffeine pills, those types of things. Also, if you have to purchase another book or product that you need to go along with the diet, then again, chances are they're just trying to make a quick buck off of you instead of trying to actually help you. All right, number 7, celebrity endorsers. And so how many of those celebrities promoting this new diet or that new diet are still doing that diet, if they even did it at all? And why are companies having these celebrities promote diets? Probably because they're mass market programs and they care more about volume. They don't care about you or what you need. All they care about is getting their message in front of you to lose, again, X amount of pounds like so-and-so did. And so those are the things that you need to look out for and be careful with if you're trying to lose weight and you're looking around for something that may work for you long term. One specific thing that should stick out after all of this is your needs. Diets or companies that make false or generalized claims are all about volume and money. And so how do they know what you need? Because if you go to your doctor because your knee hurts, they can't tell you whether you need surgery or an ice pack until they've examined and assessed, what it is that, what the problem is. And so we're all different and therefore we all have different needs. And sure, you might get results with many of these different diets if you stick them out, but that's usually the problem. Almost no one can stick them out long term. And anyways, majority of people who fall victim to these diets and end up working a lot harder than they need to because they haven't given their metabolism or their body exactly what it needs. And working harder rather than smarter leads to non-sustainability and diet failure, and then ultimately the weight comes back. When in reality, you need to find what works for you in terms of macro splits, the correct proportion of carbs, fats, and protein that your body needs, that your metabolism needs, as well as proper timing of when to eat certain macros. This is how you maximize the efficiency of your metabolism. And whatever you do, the diet should be focused around lifestyle modification and changing your decision-making processes and thought processes around food. And when you do this and you dial in on your metabolism, weight loss is secondary. It's a byproduct of healthier lifestyle choices that you're making. And so this right here is what creates wiggle room and flexibility to be able to have a social life and eat foods that you actually enjoy. This right here leads to sustainability and ultimately weight loss accomplished. So I hope this video helped you guys. Let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was. What I'll be doing in these videos is I'll be giving away 1 to 3 digital guides and or courses. All you got to do is just type in sustainable fat loss with what your biggest takeaway was from this video, and be sure to smash the like button. It does help our channel. And so until the next video, I'll see you later. Peace.